gentlemen, it's been a while. For this episode, I had a bit of a production issue. This device that I record on was taken due to work reasons, and I wasn't able to stick to the schedule because of this complication. And obviously, there was just a lot I wasn't able to record. Now, I could technically do that today, but I would probably end up releasing this episode late at night, technically 2 a.m. the next morning. So I thought, why not just sit down, have a chat, and connect with the audience for a little while, like how we used to. In terms of what I'm going to talk about, I usually only really give myself like one thing to talk about, since I usually just ramble on for extended periods of time. And I think this is a self-documentation series, right? So I feel like I should discuss what is on my mind and most relevant to me right now. And that is about a conversation I was having last night, really. Didn't go how I planned, or the way I liked it. Didn't get to finish what I wanted to say. The message just got buried deep, and then at some point I just figured I just didn't want to try anymore explaining. So hopefully this explanation goes better. So yeah, first of all, before we even get into the main topic here, right? I like this series. I like making these videos, and I'm actually getting a little bit more used to working hard, more consistently, right? Getting more used to being consistent, and that's amazing. But it does suck when the videos don't get a lot of views, right? Even less than my subscriber count. And it's just discouraging. I know that's not the point, like we've said many times before. I know that's not the point. Like, views isn't the point, it's the consistency. But it is discouraging a little bit. I at least want the amount of views of subscribers I have. I feel like I've earned that, So, nonetheless, I'm trying new things. Being this, this is probably going to get the least views. This is the least stimulating editing out of the series. This is technically how it's supposed to be, considering I got carried away and edited just too much on the series, but a lot of people liked it, so I guess we'll see where that goes. It's a genuinely broad concept, right? Because whenever I talk about a topic, it's not really just about that one topic. It's around a circle of things related to it as well. I could say the easiest way to put it was about growing up, right? It was about overcoming addictions, overcoming bad habits. Growing up, as in one of the definitive characteristics between an adult and a child is making tough choices. The tough but right choice. The one that feels awful to make, but you have to because it's the right choice. Versus the wrong, the immature, but it feels good when you make that decision. I mean, sure, if you make the right decision, it can be rewarding afterwards, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. And that is a common reoccurring cycle. Choosing to play video games or choosing to work. There will always be people like that in this world. A world without it would be weird, right? We see it in TV shows, we see it in series, and we see it everywhere. There's always different types of characters, otherwise it'd be boring if there was only one type. Don't you agree, Leila? She doesn't care. Because of this process and because of how they make me feel, I've been quite hateful and rude towards those kinds of people, right? And I guess that is unnecessary. At the time, I just thought I was being real with myself and how I feel. And sure, okay, that's true. But that's just not the right way to handle it. I don't think, right now, at least. I mean, I'm not going to surround myself with people like that. Like, hell no. But I'm just going to let them do their thing, really. All that matters is that I focus on this. On me. My progress. And I've also been so absorbed in everyone seeing my progress that what I didn't see was that I already had the role that I wanted. The leader, right? I don't know. It's a terrifying thing, man, when you want everything. You want to achieve the world. And something as simple as a viewpoint can deter you so much, you know? It's like, have I been trying that hard all this time for something I already had? You know? The point of this conversation is to both advise and also tell a story about myself. That the only person that really matters is those in your inner circle and yourself. And that's what I'm trying to focus on, right? It sucks ass when people don't see how much you progress, but at the end of the day, like, it's like complaining that the sky's blue, you know? You can be upset about it, or you can just accept it and move on in life. And, well, it's an obvious answer, right? And I guess to touch on the last topic, really, there's an analogy I use to this day. And I think about it as the cold, right? Whenever I'm tempted, you know, temptation dangles in front of me. Bad habits, you know, resurge. I view it as warmth. It's comfort, right? The human body naturally wants that kind of warmth, that kind of comfort, right? Preserving energy, surviving. Humans are pretty much the only species on this earth that can manually change a habit that they have, defy their instincts. The point isn't that it's impossible, the point is that it's difficult because it is so natural to us humans. And I view it as warmth, that dazed, that dreamlike state. That's warmth. But what I have to do is the opposite of my own body. When I say I fight every day, I mean I literally resist and fight my own physical urges every single day. The cold, that snowy blizzard. Snow can be the representation of difficulty, of the chain. Like I'm telling you, there's a million analogies and images you can craft in your head, right? The snow is thick. You have to force your body through that snow, and it's cold. Right? Those are the obstacles you have to overcome. And then there's a mountain, a snowy mountain as well that you have to climb. And climbing is obviously leveling up. And each, right? Like you'd think that when you get to certain points of the mountain is milestones. And that's what people see. Like, is he 25 meters up? It's like, oh, he reached a milestone. It's like, no. The first meter was a milestone. The second meter was a milestone. Matter of fact, the first grip of your hand on the mountain is a milestone. That's the shit people don't see. That's a representation too, right? And sadly, I've also realized that no matter how bad I feel when I give into temptation, no matter what analogies I use, right, it only does so much for you. I've reached a point where it's just like, yeah, this mentality works for me, but now it's just a matter of doing or not doing. Do I give in? Do I not give in? There's no word, no sentence, no advice a single soul on this world can give me that is going to help me further right now. All right? It is not going to motivate me enough to the point where I make permanent change. That's just not how it works. That's just not how it works. And I don't need that. It's a shitty stage to be at. It's just completely up to you at some point. Or up to me, I guess. No self-improvement video. No advice. No change in the morning routine. Nothing. I do or I don't do. I win or I lose. I give in, I resist. That's all there is to it for me right now. It's a shitty ass stage, man. All the bullshit's past me, man. I'm telling you, making a Google Calendar, a military schedule, journaling, shit like that, it's not gonna get me anywhere, man. At some point, I just gotta wake up and realize it's just work. Just work. Like, that's all that matters, really. Everything else is excess. Everything else is mental clarity, I guess. And it's healthy, sure. But if you're wondering, why am I journaling and I'm not succeeding? Like, because you're not working. Like, and oddly enough, that took me a really long time to understand. Like, you think like, okay, well, yeah, obviously, but it's like, it isn't that obvious in the moment. And it's like a self-delusional phase of self-improvement. Like, you think you're doing something, but you're not. Work. Put out there. Be unique, be different. And if there were one thing you were to take away from this video, to permanently learn, the moral of the story. Okay, well, it's not really the moral. I gotta say, it's actually not that close from the moral of this video. But if there were one thing I want you to take away from this video, is the ideology, is the mentality of, does this belief serve me? Does it serve me? Does it serve me well? Does being angry at the other teenagers who don't live the same life, who don't feel the same way, does it serve me? Most commonly, no. It's just pointless anger. They're gonna live that way, let them be there. Focus on yourself. I have big plans, guys. Soon I'm gonna be putting out a lot more. You will see. You'll get your nice edited videos back. It's been your boy, L1 DV, and have a blessed day. Adios.
You need to be free.
Move, body, move.